Hello Internet, welcome to Game 5 of the NPA 9 Grand Final. Again, nervous, it means a lot to me. We've got the Mastodon, Paulo is our guy over there, against JonoTV, another one of my fellow British guys. And yeah, as you can see, Mastodon is using quite an interesting team. Mastodon has been very good for us during NPA as well. Apologies if I keep on going green, it's just my camera doing random stuff. It doesn't like the colours for some reason. Yeah, I'm just going to jump into this thing. It's a different time of day to the recordings from the last few days. It's Sunday, I believe. I believe it's Sunday. I'll just check. I think it's Sunday. Yeah, it's definitely Sunday. It's the 31st of May today as you're watching. But yeah, we're getting right into it. So, okay, I've done quite a lot of test games with Mastodon today and yesterday, and I was using a few of the teams that Jono had been using recently. This is not one of them, although it's... Oh, look at it, actually. In fact, it is very similar to one of them, but is there a Togekiss over a Dragapult? Was that the difference? But yeah, else I feel like this team. Yeah, let's see what's happening here. Like, I think this first one might be assault vested, although they did do a decent amount of damage. Nightshade, so expecting maybe a Taunter and Imprison, maybe from the Gothitelle there. Okay, so he's chosen to Dynamax his Primarina straight away, which might not have been the best choices. But maybe he felt like he had to if it was just going to be like a Primarina on Primarina, war going on. But yeah, I mean, it depends on how much Jono has changed his items around. Because we saw that Jono had been using a team like this. It was Life Orb on the Primarina, Assault Vest on the Ferrothorn, Banded Arcanine. There was Shadow Sneak and everything on the Mimikyu because it was a Dragapult, but I guess that's different now. And we do see Power Whip from the Ferrothorn, so it's not the Iron Defense set. So I'm thinking we can assume it maybe is Assault Vest then. Mastodon might do the calculation as well on the Ferrothorn, the Starfall calculation, but yeah, like I'm just gonna sit here and assume that Ferrothorn is Assault Vested, and therefore I'm gonna assume that all the other items that we think might be true also. But Jono's got Trick Room up now, which isn't the best. Mastodon's best answer really to Trick Room is this Gothitelle, which has actually got Imprison on it, and Trick Room. I suppose you can reverse the Trick Room. I never actually thought about that because I never used Pokemon with Trick Room themselves on offensive fast teams, but he has got the option to reverse the Trick Room here. We'll see if the Ferrothorn uses like knockoff here, or another move that isn't Power Whip, I suppose. We will then be able to say yes, it is Assault Vested Ferrothorn, but at least the Gothitelle isn't pressured that much, but the Primarina obviously is, and this is his last turn of Dynamax, so it'd be nice if you could get something out of it. And Jono still hasn't Dynamaxed anything. So Fake Out there, interesting. So that protects the Primarina, I guess. Max Geyser, into the front. That... Okay, I mean, that kind of shows that maybe he's desperate for ways to hit this Ferrothorn. Because we've seen Haxorus in the back. And, okay, there's the Rotom. Okay, Gyro Ball on what was going to be the Primarina. And there's the Trick Room being reversed. Okay, so I did expect the Trick Room to be reversed at some point. It's just nasty plotting up. Okay, so he can't Trick Room back, and it is knockoff there. He knocks off the weakness policy. Yep, that's the item that Mastodon's got on his Rotom. You can probably see a combination coming here then with maybe a priority water move on the Primarina for the Rotom. John is probably wondering, what the heck? I've just knocked off a weakness falsy off a Rotom. Amusingly, he has got Earthquake on the Haxorus with Mold Breaker as well, but but that just one shots his own Rotom. So unless it's been intimidated lots of times, that's not a viable option. But okay, Trick Room is sealed as long as Gothitelle is around. Because of Ferrothorn, doesn't even need to be said anymore now. We know that the Ferrothorn is Assault Vested. We've seen these moves that the other sets don't run, basically. Gothitelle isn't doing anything here, though. Rotom is at +2, which is nice, obviously. One more turn of Rain, which I believe he set up himself. With the Assault Vest, though, I can't remember if this Gothitelle's got a Helping Hand on it or not. I'm not too sure. But I don't think a Helping Hand +2 Thunderbolt would knock out the Ferrothorn even from here with the Assault Vest. But the Dusclops, seeing as the Gothitelle is imprisoning here, the Dusclops is really forced to just go for either swap or go for a Nightshade into the Rotom. So I would expect maybe... I'm not sure if he would swap the Ferrothorn out at this point. It is quite low. Doesn't really offer much fast offensive pressure. So I would expect Jono to just double into the Rotom here with Nightshade and knock off again, or Body Press, I suppose. So what's Mastodon going to do with this Gothitelle? Because he's kind of forced to keep it in here as well to keep the Imprison lock going. Or it's just Nasty Plotting again. I'm not sure that's the move. Because a double is just going to knock it out. Or a Haze. Okay. I think that was a bit greedy. Obviously in hindsight that was greedy, but even if he didn't go for the Haze there, a double of Nightshade and Body Press would have knocked the Rotom out. At least he didn't lose any Pokemon that turn. At least worst case scenario didn't happen. But Godzill's been chipped at. It's probably in probably in Nightshade range now even. And an attack from Ferrothorn, obviously. So he's not going to be able to stop Trick Room going up the turn after this next one, assuming he knocks out the Gothitelle. Yeah, he needs to start getting some damage into the Dusclops there. There's the Gothitelle going down. It is Body Press as the last move. From Ferrothorn, I think we've seen everything now. Yeah, so we know... Oh, of course, he frisked it. So, he frisked it. It's a frisk Gothitelle, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is, and I've just missed that. Yeah, okay. Now the problem is, there's quite a few problems here actually. The Haxorus, if he doubled with a Thunderbolt and Dragon Claw into the Dusclops, that probably would knock it out. A Dragon Claw and an Overheat would. Thunderbolt will take that out from there. Yeah, it does. So he has denied Trick Room. Life Orb has gone from the Haxorus though. Primarina comes back in, and he's still got his Dynamax. Dynamax Primarina just wins now. Unless some, crazy circumstances where Thunderbolt paralyzes and there's lots of full paralysis and stuff like that, I suppose. So, I didn't mention at the beginning of the video. The score is 2-2 between these teams right now. My team, the Seafoam Islanders, and our opposition, the Blizzards? Something Blizzards? Yeah, no Thunderbolt paralysis there. And now there's no more chances because the Misty Terrain's up. Okay. So Mastodon's lost game 1. Yeah. Kind of frustrating because barring... I think Togekiss for Dragapult, I'm pretty sure is the team that we've seen him use before. And the team that I was doing some testing with him against. And he seemed pretty confident against that team. Obviously, I'm not, Jono, he knows how to use his teams better. And maybe the Togekiss kind of forces Mastodon to play a little bit differently. But, yeah, he's just showing all of his moves now. Yeah, I suppose if both of those are a critical hit, he could have still had a chance. So yeah, it's good that he went for the attacks. But yeah, Jono takes a pretty strong game 1 here. So okay, Mastodon, believe in him. I'm sure he can pull this back, but I can't even remember how the games went against me using this. But I just remember that he was pretty good against it, so we just moved on to a different team to test against. Yeah, because the Haxorus is faster than Arcanine and can one-shot it with a helping hand. Max Quake, for example, can one-shot Mimikyu through the disguise with its Mold Breaker as well. Togekiss might be Babiri Berry. I'm pretty sure. I think Jono might have used, I don't know, Babiri Berry before, maybe not. But as you've seen, there is Iron Tail on the Haxorus, so Max Steel Spike is an option there. With Helping Hand, without Babiri Berry, might get that too. Haxorus does look good, but he didn't lead Haxorus last game. I don't think he needs to, but I think it was the Dynamaxing of Primarina turn 1 that was kind of the downfall, because he got the Primarina stuck in against Ferrothorn and Dusclops, which is not really doing anything. It's not taking advantage of its Dynamax turns. So, it's a slightly different lead. Primarina Togekiss this time. So, okay, Rotom's threatening both, but obviously Primarina is threatening the Rotom here as well. So Rotom is weakness policy. We know that. Again, he could Dynamax the Rotom here, but if he does that, there's still, this Primarina could Dynamax. Hydro Vortex would obviously do a lot. Even if it doesn't, it can still Hydro Cannon. I'm assuming it's got Hydro Cannon. I'm not sure if we saw in the last game or not, but I'm assuming it has got Hydro Cannon. So, yeah, I don't know. It's tricky. This is tricky. Like, the Rotom looks very good against Jono's team, and Jono's Primarina looks very good against Mastodon's team. So, I don't know. Maybe would he be a bit shy to Dynamax turn 1? Because if he doesn't and Jono just stays and attacks, then he's Dynamaxing his Primarina. Rotom Protect. Okay, maybe he's fishing for a Hydro Vortex weakness policy activation, and that is what happens. But because he set the rain up himself, that's a lot of damage. And you've got to assume that Rotom is going to be faster than Primarina, so the Thunderbolt into Togekiss is going to come first, and then Max Geyser into the Rotom to knock it out, and then okay, it's not the worst of situations, but the weakness policy isn't. The weakness policy is only going to get one attack off, basically, and that's it. And now he's going to lose the Rotom. But yeah, another attack into the Primarina. It's nice. Yeah, Starfall. Life Orb recoil. So yeah, it is Life Orb on the Primarina. We did assume that as well before the game. And now Trick Room sets up. Does it? Because Ferrothorn, presumably in the back, is safe from everything Mastodon's got now. Especially because the rain is up, even if Togekiss had Flamethrower. We'll see. I presume it's going to be Haxorus in the back. Haxorus has got some moves. Okay. Two big moves there. Okay, so now the rain isn't up, but Togekiss isn't around anymore either. Assuming Ferrothorn in the back. Yeah, okay. Okay. This isn't the worst of situations, but not the best either. Because I think we know that Mastodon's Primarina is faster, isn't it? I'm pretty sure we saw that. Yeah, we've seen that last turn at least. But because his Primarina is Assault Vested. The Moon Blast probably isn't going to knock out the Primarina, so maybe that needs a double into the Primarina. Dragon Claw obviously is immune. Iron Tail is only, what, 75% accurate? Not good. It has got Earthquake as well, but then he'd be Earthquaking himself. And Jono's Primarina has got Protect, even though we might not have seen it. I'm pretty sure it has got, well, I'm assuming it's got Protect. It has got an Ice attack on it, which is very strange for a Water Fairy Pokemon. And then how does he take care of the Ferrothorn? Now, one thing that we were pondering over before this set started was how Mastodon was going to deal with Tyranitar, because Tyranitar is quite strong against this team, and he was thinking about putting Close Combat on the Haxorus over Protect. Now, I know we tested with Close Combat on the Haxorus, but I don't know if he kept with Close Combat. If he has, then... Oh, he hasn't. He's good because he's got Protect. Okay. And this is probably a Power Whip. Yep, and that might be a one-shot. It is. Okay, Mastodon, I'm pretty sure it's lost then. Unless he hits an Iron Tail, but then... Oh, he critical hits the Primarina there. Okay, well, that's something. Oh, yeah, and a Gyro Ball just takes it out. Okay, so that was a pretty quick game, pretty quick set, unfortunately. Okay, so we're 2-3 down now. We need to win the last 2 games to win the NPA final. Oof. But on the face of it, just looking objectively, 2 of our best recorded players this year are our last 2 to play. So, you know, I still have confidence, obviously, that we can do this. You know, we can do it. But obviously, we would prefer to be ahead rather than behind. But okay, 2 more games. So I hope you guys have watched. I hope you guys have. I mean, if you're watching it, you are, aren't you? I hope you've enjoyed it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I know this is something different. Like, you know, I'm here commentating on someone else's games as well, which is something that I've not done on my channel before. So I hope you are enjoying it. But okay, the next game is later on this evening, which will be recorded and I'll put on tomorrow. So you'll see that tomorrow. And the last game is the next day as well. If hoping we get to that last game. So thank you for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. So goodbye for now.